talking about the stoppage time in general, just talk me through your view on what happened during those last 5 minutes.
Well, my view is we're in stoppage time. For the first 3 minutes we're fine, we're clearing our lines, we're winning our headers. They didn't do anything out of the ordinary. They put basic balls in the box, we had good numbers behind the ball, and you go and defend it, you go and head it, you go and kick it, you clear your lines, and you see the game out. You know, we did that against Bristol, we've done it in other games. Teams do it up and down the country, week in, week out, to go and see the game out. There's 90 seconds left in the clock, we're winning 3-2. So we don't defend our box well enough. You know, the ball comes in, they score, and then all of a sudden, I think there's something like about 40 seconds left by the time the game restarts. Straight ball right down the middle of the park, and we just all we need to do is go and clear our lines, and we don't. It drops to Gale, and he sticks it in the net. You know, and it's really, really frustrating, so disappointing, because we did enough at that point to win the game.
You brought Ryan Bennett on, you brought an extra defender on when you were leading, which is understandable away from home, but it doesn't matter how many defenders you've got on the pitch, they've got to go and get the ball, they've got to do the job for you, haven't they?
Yeah, but they've got one target, they've got Mitrovic up front, they took Diame off, so they've got one target to hit, and we've got to make sure that we go and dominate that target. If you dominate that target, the game's done. It's as simple as that.
Tim Closer was missing tonight. Can you explain that one?
Yeah, he's not ready, Tim. You know, he's got a knock from the last game, and unfortunately couldn't make it, so that's why he didn't even travel.
And does it look like it could keep him out for Saturday as well?
I'm not quite sure yet. We'll have to see how it sort of develops over the next 2 days.
Back to tonight, how damaging a defeat could that be? I mean, I know you're still second in the table, but in terms of the confidence of the players?
I don't think they should be unconfident, do you know what I mean? Because you've came to Newcastle and we're 3-1 up, and we're really, really comfortable. We get done with a 60-yard pass in behind us, which is disappointing defending for us, and then we've got 90 seconds to see the game out. It really is as simple as that. And at that stage, you're just hoping at the side that boys are going to go and do their jobs and win their headers and clear the ball. And I'm pretty confident if I set a drill up for 90 seconds to defend your box, we wouldn't concede 2 goals.
The second goal that Newcastle scored, it came so soon after you'd gone 3-1 up. Did the players switch off?
Yeah, I talk about it regularly with them. That's when you're at your most vulnerable, when you can score the goal, and it's just poor defending for us. It really is. Do you know what I mean? And that's why I went to a back 3. I thought at that stage we get done in behind. There was another couple of clearances where Gale gets down, Michael makes a good save, and I thought to myself, I need to make sure they don't get in behind us anymore, and that's why I brought Ryan on. And then the threat came through the front of us, and we didn't defend that well enough.
And you had to weather a storm at the start of the game as well. You must have thought that you were in trouble there, because Newcastle started on the front foot, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. We didn't start well. You know, we set up to frustrate them. We didn't frustrate them because we didn't work the shape well enough. We conceded a goal, and then right for that I changed it, and we looked much more comfortable from that point onwards. And we got a lead, deservedly so.
We've had results like this all last season as well. I mean, the Liverpool one springs to mind, late goals costing you. Does it worry you about whether it's the mental strength of the team, decision making in those big moments? Do you worry about the capability of the players you've got in that sense?
No, I don't worry about them at all. No, because they've done it for me on numerous other occasions. I just think that at times when we need to make sure that we see important games out for whatever reason, we don't make good decisions, or we don't win crucial headers. I mean, there'll be 100 headers all over the pitch, and maybe only 5 or 6 of them will be critical headers, and at the moment we're not winning critical headers. Do you know what I mean? Even the goals conceded last game, there was a couple of critical headers before the ball went in, and we didn't win any of them. So I put the biggest players that I've got on the bench on the pitch, so I've got 3 centre backs in there to go and defend our box and make sure we see the game out. And like I say, 90 seconds to go, and I'll be honest, you're standing aside, there's not much that you can do about that. You're just depending on your players to go and make sure they clear their lines. But listen, they worked as hard as you could possibly ask them to work, and it was honest bits where they went and tried to win the header, and they've not won it. Do you know what I mean? So I can't say that anything negative about them, apart from the fact that we just didn't defend our box well enough. Do you know what I mean? The boys gave everything they've got, and we lost the game, and it's so disappointing, and I'm disappointed for them as well.
You mentioned it's a recurring problem. You talked about the goal Burton got, the goals at the end tonight. What can you do to address that?
Win more headers. It really is as simple as that. Do you know what I mean? If you fling a ball up and there's 2 people competing, we've got to make sure we come out on top in majority of the duels.
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you.